Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the IBI Show. I'm your regular host, Ibrahim Baba Inna. On today's episode, we are in Naval Base, Abuja, and we will be talking with the commander of the Naval Base, Commodore O.E. Oladipo. You are welcome to the IBI Show, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we start, the Naval Base used to be known as Naval Unit Abuja. What happened? Why the sudden change in the name to Naval Base, sir?
Thank you very much for that question. It's quite important to know the origin of the base. Now, Naval Base Abuja was established in 1996 as Naval Unit Abuja as a small unit to support the then Naval Headquarters, which was primarily in Lagos, but was in the process of moving to Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. So it was just a forward unit. It was an administrative and logistics unit. But the Naval Headquarters moved completely in the year 2001. And since then, Naval Headquarters has grown as the Navy itself has grown. And there have been many supporting branches and establishments, as well as autonomous units. It is the growth of the Navy, as well as the growth of the personnel, the facilities, and the establishments that led to the upgrade of Naval Unit Abuja to Naval Base Abuja in 2025.
Thank you, sir. So, what are the responsibilities of the base, sir?
So, Naval Base Abuja is charged with operational, logistic, and administrative support to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Naval Headquarters, and other naval establishments in Abuja area. The area of operations is functionally the Federal Capital Territory and Nasarawa State.
Thank you, sir. That means your AOR is very, very wide, and you cover the Nigerian Navy in respect of security in Abuja. Talking of security in Abuja, what is your relationship with other security agencies, including the Guards Brigade?
Thank you very much. The base plays a very critical role in the security of the Federal Capital Territory and its environs. And we can't do this alone. So in line with the whole of security approach to the whole of society approach to security, we partner with sister services and sister security agencies. The lead in the FCT is the Guards Brigade Nigerian Army. And this is because of the unique role of the Guards Brigade in protecting the presidency, the seat of government, and the president himself. So we have a very close relationship with the Guards Brigade Nigerian Army, as well as the Defense Headquarters Garrison, Army Headquarters Garrison, HQ Nigerian Air Force Camp, DSS, Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, amongst others.
That's interesting. I didn't know that other security agencies too were involved. I actually only thought Guards Brigade was involved, but thank you for the clarification. What have been your challenges since you became the commander of this base? I'm sure there's a lot. Today we see on the news, what they call it, miscreants arrested here, or we hear around the environments, one issue or another. So what has been your challenges so far?
The tasking of the base is quite challenging in view of multiple security and administrative requirements against limited resources. However, the base has been able to cope adequately by prioritization, scheduling, and proper management of human and material resources. Now, the Federal Capital Territory is the jewel in terms of the security of the country. So it places a very immense expectation on the security agencies within the territory. And so in order to live up to the security responsibility, the base has to be very proactive and collaborative, which speaks to the earlier question. Since we don't have many resources in terms of personnel, assets, we have to be proactive, conduct intelligence-led operations, as well as embrace collaboration on a very, very grand scale.
Thank you, sir. You've heard from the commander, it's all about synergy. It's all about working with the other security agencies, the police, DSS, and also the Guards Brigade to ensure that the FCT is safe. So, sir, follow-up question. What have been your achievements and successes as the commander, and how has the Chief of Naval Staff been of support or help towards the base, sir?
I don't consider myself as owning any achievement or success. These are achievements of the base and by extension the Nigerian Navy. Now, the Chief of Naval Staff has given his own strategic guidance, his vision and his mission, and that provides the framework on which every objective is set and every achievement is determined. So the base under my leadership has been able to contribute towards the Chief of Naval Staff's vision by successfully organizing operational, ceremonial, and administrative activities. Examples of these over the last 1 year include the state burial of late President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura, Katsina State. We have successfully conducted military burials all around northern Nigeria. As far as Borno State, we conduct patrols and escorts all around northern Nigeria. We've been able to also support in logistics delivery all around northern Nigeria. Now, in terms of welfare, the base has been able to contribute to the welfare in line with the vision of the Chief of Naval Staff. Examples of these include we conducted the Naval social activities, officers party, ratings party, which went a long way to boost the morale of personnel. We also conducted empowerment outreaches to various segments of the society. We were the sponsor of the World Leg Day Celebration 2025. Also, we were able to do medical and educational outreaches in Gudi, Nasarawa State in December 2025. And in March 2026, we were able to empower 55 widows and wives of serving naval personnel in Abuja area. So those modest achievements were attained by the base, emphasis on the base, in line with the spirit of onward together. I was just privileged to lead them for that period in time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, sir, in follow-up, what about exercises or military training and stuff? Does the base also engage in such activities?
Yes, the base does training activities. One very important one, we have routine activities such as we do joint lectures, we have route march, sporting activities. The base is the assembly point for most sporting activities in Abuja and the north of Nigeria. But beyond that, we have gone into training. We've conducted hikes on the hills of Asukoro. Now, those hikes helped us in our operational successes in dislodging kidnapping syndicates that were operating in those hills. We launched the flagship Junior Officers Development Program last year, 2025, which was meant for Navy lieutenants and sub-lieutenants to induct them into the unit. So when they are newly posted into this base, they undergo leadership and management training to prepare them for the tasks ahead. The next batch is scheduled for the 9th of April 2026, and we have about 10 junior officers getting ready to start that course. It's a 1-week course, and after that training, we deploy them appropriately.
Interesting.
Thank you.
That's the beauty about the military. Training, training, training. You just have to be trained more and more so that you can be better in what you do. Before we end, sir, what is your advice to junior officers and personnel under your command?
There's a saying that one can never take too much advice. For me, I would advise the junior officers to prioritize hard work. There's no shortcut to success. It is hard work. Secondly, I would like them to understand the objectives and instructions of their superiors. This is very critical in Nigeria. We're in a democratic government, and we must understand the expectations of our democratic rulers and institutions. And that cascades down to the military strategic rulers, like we talked about the Chief of Naval Staff's vision and mission. Once an officer or a subordinate understands the CNS vision, any activity he does, he now plugs it into that, and he will be on the right path. The third advice I'd like to give pertains to professionalism. The Navy is a professional service which has prevailed and persisted for decades and decades. The Nigerian Navy, in particular, will be celebrating its 70th anniversary in June. What has sustained the Nigerian Navy is professionalism, which is one of the three core values of the Navy: integrity, professionalism, and teamwork. Every sailor or officer must do his job professionally, and objectively, without fear or favor, in line with standing and particular orders, and that is the way we will make progress. Those three pieces of advice, I hope, will be listened to and adhered to by junior officers.
Thank you very much. He has said it all. The advice, three, and in the end, onward together. Finally, sir, what are your thoughts? The Nigerian Navy is turning 70 in June this year. So what are your thoughts, or what would you want to say or add to this? The Nigerian Navy is turning 70, sir.
There's a saying that lifespan of a human being is about 70 years. But the Nigerian Navy is not a human being. It's an institution, and it will endure. So my thoughts are that Navy has evolved and expanded over these 70 years. Earlier I mentioned how Naval Unit Abuja became Naval Base Abuja. And the Navy continues to grow and expand. We need to celebrate the journey of the Nigerian Navy. We need to celebrate attainment of 70 years of independent operations of the Nigerian Navy. And standing on that celebration, we need to project forward in order to make the Navy future-proof, an institution that is loved by Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You've heard it from the commander, Commodore Oladipo, his successes, his challenges, his collaboration with other security agencies in the FCT, and finally, his thoughts on the 70th anniversary of the Nigerian Navy that will soon be coming up. That's all for today. God bless us all. God bless the Nigerian Navy. God bless Nigeria. Onward together.